Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to discuss about first sector, or the National Integrated Basic Research Agenda, or NIBRA. Next, team. So, NRCP is mandated to promote and support fundamental and basic research in the country, as well as to provide advice on problems and issues of national interest. It also supports research that is directed primarily towards developing a new and fuller scientific knowledge of any subject, or it may seek new knowledge required for practical application towards the future. And there are 6 issue-based with NIBRA, which is the water security, food and nutrition security, health sufficiency, clean energy, sustainable community, and inclusive national building. And the top 3 priorities are the SACLA, which is sustainable community, ATIN, which is the inclusive national building, and LICAS program, or the health sufficiency, which will be thoroughly explained by the next reporter. Thanks.
So the first issue-based NIBRA program is the Water Security or TUBIG program. In the TUBIG program, we will be able to know about watershed studies and water quality accessibility and availability. The topics under watershed studies are biological, chemical, and physical characterization, water supply stress index, and population growth impacts on water resource availability. While the topics under water quality accessibility and availability are pollutants or contaminants, analysis of historical flows, sediment and toxicity loads of lakes and rivers, and weather modification for increasing water supplies in special localized areas. TUBIG program's priority for 2017 to 2019 is to ensure an adequate supply of quality water that is accessible to a growing population, while the priorities for 2020 to 2022 will be the studies on rivers, reservoirs, dams, and other surface water resources. Thank you.
So our next program will be about the food and nutrition security. So we have the PAT program, or the Saganong Pagkain para sa Lahat program. So it is obvious na yung main goal ng program na ito is to give and ensure the Filipinos the security of food and nutrition. So we have 2 studies, major studies included in this program. We have biodiversity studies and food safety studies. So first, for the biodiversity studies, it includes biological pollution, biology and population dynamics of that, the natural enemy, taxonomy of flora and fauna, environmental scanning of physical, marine, and terrestrial resources, genetic analysis, taxonomy of eco-friendly species, exploring allelopathic potentials and indigenous potential. Next slide, please. The second major program, studies rather, is the food and safety. So we have safety analysis of food supplements and cosmeceuticals in the market, HNRDA, livestock and poultry diseases, the diseases and pathogens of important crops, identification and characterization of food or feed contaminants, and epidemiology of food and food-borne contaminants. Next slide. So the priority for 3 years ago was about studies on taxonomy and systematics of flora, fauna, and food, and the safety analysis of cosmeceuticals and food supplements. But that was 3 years ago. So moving forward, the priorities for 2020 to 2022 will still have the same priorities, but we'll be focusing on bioecology studies of flora and fauna for food and the safety analysis of raw and processed food products.
So for the third program is self-sufficiency. For the LICAS program, LICAS Yaman sa Kalusugan, which aims to provide the country competent and resource will render quality medical care to patients. For fundamental studies on potential sources of natural products, this includes bioprospecting, bioinformatics, characterization and separate elucidation of plants for foods or food components, pharmacogenomics, and toxicogenomics. For basic veterinary studies, aims economically important animal diseases and associated diseases, characterization, isolation, and bioassay of novel antimicrobial compounds from indigenous sources and plant species. The advanced veterinary pharmacopoeia, identification, and characterization of novel diseases. And for social dimensions and health, includes Filipino perceptions and concepts of health, herbal and folkloric medicine, models for good governance and health management. Thank you.
Clean energy, or the ALERT program, which means the alternative energy research trends, is all about the alternative energy, which are energies that are from non-traditional method, and it does not produce a lot of harmful pollutants. So for 2017 to 2019, their priority was to conduct research or to
to conduct assessment and gather information about the potential alternative sources of energy and where can they be found. But now on 2020 to 2022, their priority was to conduct series of tests or studies in order to make sure that those sources that they have assessed are effective and that could last for a long period of time.
So the next program is the Sustainable Community. This includes the vulnerable ecosystems, the data analytics of natural phenomena, and the environment and anthropogenic activities. So sustainable community, specifically the SACLAW program, it's one of the topmost priority of NCRP, especially for 2017 and 2019. And it focuses on the following. First is the lake assessment studies. It is part of the vulnerable ecosystems. It includes the carrying capacity models and metrics, the water quality parameters and baseline studies, the resource assessment and evaluation, resource utilization and management, the socioeconomic and policy studies, and both the big lakes and small lakes in the country will be included in the program. Next is for the coastal vulnerabilities. This includes risk assessment, geohazard mapping, adaptive capacities, marine geology, computational and numerical modeling, and it will also be focused on the DENR, or the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, which is identified as highly vulnerable ecosystems. And then lastly, the resources extractive industries. This includes the fundamental studies of all types of mining areas. That's all. Thank you.
So the last program for NIBRA is the Inclusive Nation Building, or the ATIN program, or ang Tinig Natin. So the cycle whereby a general public of individuals with assorted sources, accounts, dialects, societies, and religions meet up inside the limits of a sovereign state with a brought together established and local regulation. There is one advantage. It permits the accessible assets to be assigned effectively, animates rivalry, underpins and advancement and advances the development of the economy. So there are two challenges. Next slide, please. There are two challenges of nation building. First is to shape a country that was joined together at this point, accommodative of the variety in our general public. And second is the established democracy. So why is youth important in nation building? So in conclusion, the role of the youth in nation building is vital. They are issue solvers, impact on other youngsters and the nation, and are incredibly yearning. They can make a personality for themselves and push the country ahead. That's all. Thank you.